rejected that old adage that charity begins at home and wanted to kill off Clydebank in one fell swoop and lift that championship flag.
And Hearts this afternoon at Clydebank kickoff will have an incredible vocal backing. There's going to be almost a full house here at Tynecastle in one of the most important games in the history of the club. I know other events and other places may influence the course of the afternoon, but Hearts, as they know, and the manager has been trying to tell them, is to put that out of their minds and consider this almost like a cup final. And that's a free kick. Whittaker to take this. I know what Hearts could give for an early goal in this match. It would settle the nerves, and even though they have a huge backing and a player like Sandy Clark has a great deal of experience, they're only human, and I'm extremely convinced that they must be very tense indeed out there. McCabe almost getting in the way, a slight sandwich. John Robertson not the match for that high ball. It's played wide to Dixon. Breaking to the middle is David Shanks, a very useful player indeed. Ball just knocked over. Clydebank with some useful results recently, and one of the best players in Scottish football, McCabe, going down the right. Little bit unfortunate. Quite incredibly winning the Player of the Year in his division 3 times in a row, and hardly anybody will beat that record. Neil Berry, been an immense man for Hearts in midfield this season. He's a workhorse, but a very useful one. Cahoon going through the middle. And how characteristic of Hearts play when this man comes in from the right, waits for that long through ball, then darts after it. McCabe brought that down beautifully. Really makes his team tick. Well, Hughes wanted a 1-2, didn't quite come off for them. Oh, that was a late one, and I think a free kick against Black. Taken by Hughes. Curling it. That's a useful ball indeed. Still danger in that Hearts goal mouth. Little bit of a fluster. And they save, anyway, the corner kick. Well, Clydebank beginning this game extremely boldly. Almost in a quite insolent way in front of this vast home crowd. Nice ball. Henry Smith rising to loud draws. The ball, I think, is not back there. There had been an infringement free kick. Levine. Looked a ladies' tackle to me. Tackle there by Dixon. Got to be very patient, Hearts. Playing against the side who may wish to draw them out, catch them on the cut back like that, and Jerry McCabe screaming at the linesman that that had gone a play by McCabe. Now, one here by Mackay. John Robertson. Of whom a great deal is going to be heard in European circles, particularly if Hearts qualify for Europe. Certain to do that, of course. Down to Clark with a chance, and the referee looked very quickly across to the linesman, but that was a distinct chance. Clark was onside, as that was chipped forward. He had a very good break there, and again, sign of a little unsettled feeling throughout the Hearts ranks, but he didn't take that with the composure required. Black, powerful header, but that was Mayer. Pressure on by Hearts now. Here's Mackay coming in. Clydebank hemmed back now. Kelly. Easily picked up by Jordan from Conroy. Late tackle there by Bay. Referee will certainly have a word about that. That's, I think, a cautionary tale. Header by Clark was necessary there, but well cleared. Clydebank defence obviously well organised. That's Jerry McCabe trying to go in for it. Flipped away by Levine. McCabe again. Danger is going to come from him, obviously. If Hearts don't recognise that, they'll be extremely naive, and I'm sure they do. Mackay. They let fly one, wants the 1-2. Clark is down, and a good save. Gallagher. Jim Gallagher. 55 years of age, the goalkeeper. And really, he's been with the Bankies for 14 years. Great servant. Watch his goalkeeping here. This is a very, very useful save, and brave. Man who's had a lot of caps for the semi-professional side. Back it goes to Kai. Levine wants to come forward. Nobody challenging along that right wing. Gallagher, a very busy man in the last 5 minutes. But he does look cool, doesn't he? Almost taciturn. I think he's got a wad of chewing gum in there somewhere. Yes, Hearts have real control now. They're beginning to settle. Beginning to get a grip of this game when it matters in midfield. John Robertson. That was a very careless ball to play along your penalty box. Bit untidy. Oh, Kelly trying far too much. Clydebank still very pushed. Very late challenge, free kick. Supporters beginning to sense it's only a matter of time before this goal goes in. Jordan as Clark, he's up again, he's very good in the air. Even though the defender gets his head to the ball, sometimes it can be a ragged clearance. Tall legs of the tall figure and lanky form of Craig Levine. One of the best young assets in Scottish football. Clark. Totally muffed. McCabe beautifully put forward. This is Hughes. Shanks was giving backing on the right wing, and very clears. Jordan, neatly touched forward, there's Clark. Now Robertson, there's a bit of space for him to work. Very supporting. Mackay. Oh, it's neatly enough done. A lot of these headers being pushed down towards the penalty spot, but nobody has been following up. McCabe, always thinking, great creative player. Well, that's a clearance, thank you very much. Fine tackle there by Trainer. Did that extremely cautiously. There was no pass back to the goalkeeper on at all there. Now Sandy Jardine poised to push it to Mackay, which he does. Well, if anything, there's a much too predictable look about Hearts at the moment. Clydebank reading most of the moves well, although there is incessant pressure. Must say, Auld is now beginning to match Clark in the air. That's a very good sign for Clydebank. Clark can get up and push it around with the head, is extremely dangerous. Cowie. Levine. Again, it's tantalising about Bevo. What a miss. Really, John Robertson has scored with infinitely more difficult chances in this. I think the bounce, more than anything else, slightly put him off. And I think he might have got a hand as he went in for it, in the face. The nearest chance yet. Nice turning by McCabe. Best player on the field by far. Just gets away with it. Look at that. That's beautiful stuff. What a move. Oh, for more of that in football. You know, the old-fashioned pulling the ball back. What we could get away with describing as Tanner Boss skills. Nice to see. Right round the side now. Berry, can he get Hearts going? Nice little touch of skill. Now McCabe, delicately with a deft pass. Nice counter-attack there by Clydebank. They're trying to get players forward. Here is McCabe coming up, and a good interception by Levine. Round the side it goes, and Cowie still in possession, although he's rather cornered. Oh, and Hearts get out of it well. Good play. Nice touch of confidence. That kind of confidence they could do with in front of goal now. Mackay. Will he go himself? He has! .1-0. 34 minutes gone. The very goal that will not only put Hearts in front, of course, but give them enormous confidence, and done in great style. The young midfield player taking his time, measured pace forward, and a superb strike. Exactly when it was needed. Marvellous goal for Hearts. Jardine. Clark. On he goes himself. Great run by Clark. And I think a free kick for that challenge on the goalkeeper. Really punishing buzz forward there by Sandy Clark. I mean, anybody with sense in the head would have got out of the road with that look. He was determined to go right through. Down went the goalkeeper, and Clydebank get the free kick. side well. Now, McKay. Clydebank fanning out as soon as he gets the ball. Intelligently too. Shanks. Unable to throw off the challenge there of Neil Berry, who really grapples with players, doesn't give up very easily. One of the most tenacious players I've seen for a long time. And there goes the half-time whistle. Applause that is not yet ecstatic, satisfying, and with a certain amount of relief at Hearts in the lead by 1-0 They took a long time about it, I'm sure, by the standards of the devoted followers who wanted them to make the kill quickly, but the goal when it came was a delightful one, which would cap any victory anywhere by the young midfield player. The way he strode forward, basically confidently, and looking towards goal, and then giving Gallagher no chance at all. That glorious shot. That is not only a very useful lead, but I think it's a lead that goes a long way to clinching the championship.